Are you worried about AI? Are you worried about having super intelligent machines interfering with your daily lives? Type in the comment below. The terminators are upon us, or whatever sci-fi AI you like best. Yeah, why don't you type that? Sci-fi character in science fiction. It could go from anything. You can choose R2D2, you can choose C3PO, you can choose the Blade Runner, so on and so forth. Right. So there's several videos about super intelligent AI on the internet, and like the people who are interested in super intelligent AI and are like actually like going out there to find stuff more about it. Like I feel they're one of the people who are like in the top 5% of the population, because it seems like people are going on about their lives, from day to day, reacting to stuff and not really thinking about what's coming in the far future. So if you're one of them, and I would like to be humbly a part of this group as well. But if you're one of them who are in people who are worried about AI, or think so far ahead as to think about AI, then I think you're one of those people in the top 5% club. So kudos to you. You could pat your back once whatever you want to do. Right. So this week I'm going to talk about three things. I'm going to talk about the best books you can read about the singularity and super intelligent AI, and as such. Number two, I'm going to talk about what what can you do during this time. Like, are your jobs going to go away, or what's the point of human beings to be there over there? And number three, I'm going to talk about how a future with super intelligent AI reaching the singularity might look like. Right. So this is going to be a bit of an out there video, but this is the kind of stuff I am very passionate about. Since I just reached, this is my video number 25 of 1000. Like I said in my previous videos, I'm going to be making 100 videos without judgment. They're going to be crappy. I don't give a damn. And once beyond 100 videos, I shall be investing in higher grade technology such as editing and animations, and some really good shiny stuff to make my videos look good. So off the bat, can we please talk about super intelligence? Boom. Nick Bostrom's Super Intelligence, the book, highly recommended. Did you know that Nick Bostrom has 3 degrees? This man is fiercely intelligent, like hyper smart. Apparently, like when he was in university, his PhD guide or somebody asked him like, "Hey, like you are already doing some other degree outside. That won't do. Like nobody can do that." And Nick Bostrom didn't say anything because he had one more degree on the back. So this guy is like, he's not industry expert as such. By that I mean he's not somebody who's an insider. I feel even though he's written a great book about it, he's not a technical guy. He's more of a guy. He understands the implications of super intelligent AI, and the name of his book, Super Intelligence: Paths, Dangers, and Strategies. I think Bostrom's book is what inspired Elon Musk to do what he does and say what he says about AI. Also, Bill Gates has a footnote. I mean, he has a testimonial here, is that I highly recommend this book. So I would recommend reading this book. If for all the doom and gloom about AI, you'll get to know why people are, and why people like, one of the most chilling accounts of having like it doesn't even have to be a really hyper smart super intelligent AI. It could even be a dumb AI, and you could give an order that, hey, make me paper clips forever, and the AI would keep churning out paper clips, and that's it. Like all it would do is to make more and more paper clips, and it would not stop. It'll create new modules to get more resources from other countries so that it can get more material to make paper clips. In the end, it's just like to take matters to such a big extent that it ends up the whole planet becomes a paperclip producing planet, with all humans dead. You'll have millions of paperclips floating around the universe. Since we don't see a lot of this stuff as of yet, we don't know if the aliens have already done this and died because of that. We'll talk about that later. Like I have an interesting video about the great filter and the Fermi paradox coming up soon, and we'll talk about that soon. I hope I have not taken that tangent way too far. And excuse me. So this is why we need editing, like so that you can cut off all the coughs and all the background noise of power saws at the back. Okay, please ignore the power saw if you hear it. So the beyond this, you can try reading The Singularity is Near by Ray Kurzweil. I do mean try because couldn't finish that book, but it is super fascinating though. Like the book is thick as a brick. It covers a lot of things about singularity. This man has done his research. Ray Kurzweil is a really smart guy. He's apparently the director of Google's AI division, and he has a new book coming out called Singularity is Nearer. You get it because Singularity is Near was in 2004, and the Singularity is Nearer is in 2021. So we are getting close, guys. Like his predictions are coming true. Further, to understand the principles behind what the singularity in artificial intelligence is, like it's based on the principles of Moore's law, and Moore's law has been extended to something like the law of accelerating returns, which means that human progress and human ingenuity is increasing in an exponential pace. So whatever economical progress or technological growth we enjoy so far, 50% of that we kind of came up with it post the year 2000. So for that, I would recommend any book by Matt Ridley. Matt Ridley is a phenomenal writer. I love his books. He's a biologist. He's an evolutionary psychologist, like one of those two. Okay, please feel free to correct me in the comments below. He has written The Red Queen. He has written The Theory of Everything. No, sorry, The Evolution of Everything. Then he has written The Rational Optimist, How Innovation Works, and there's a new book coming out regarding the COVID vaccines. He has written a book called Genome also. He's a British writer. Okay, there's something about these British scientists. Like they seem to come up with some good books. Richard Dawkins. You have Neil Rackham, who wrote Spin Selling. Yeah, this one is also there's something about them. They write good books. So I recommend Matt Ridley. And also you'll get a picture of how the pace of growth is coinciding with something similar to evolution. Like we are evolving in a much faster rate. Things are becoming more complex structures. Like it's sort of going away from the second law of thermodynamics, that entropy is increasing. And further, Robert Wright's Non-Zero. I would highly recommend you check out Robert Wright's Non-Zero to make sense of the direction of history, if you will. Robert Wright is an evolutionary psychologist too. He has written a book called The Moral Animal, where he talks about how humans developed morality evolutionarily. And the Non-Zero is about how there seems to be a direction towards human progress. So you're going to see a lot of these definite optimism thing going on here, that we are slowly heading towards a sort of utopia. All right. Conversely, if you want to be, this is a recommendation, like a bonus book for you guys. I would recommend that you check out this book called Note from the Underground from Fyodor Dostoevsky. Fyodor Dostoevsky was a Russian writer back in the late 19th century. You will, between 1850s to 1900s. So, he has written some really good books. And Note from the Underground is one of the shortest books. There's a line in which the protagonist talks about how, even if you build a utopia, human beings would be so dissatisfied that they would break all the stuff that is giving them all this bounty, and they would rather go back to a normal might makes right kind of universe or world. So that's for you guys. I hope you enjoy my book recommendations. Further, what can you do about it? If super intelligent AI is inevitable, as Kevin Kelly says in his book Inevitable, what can you do? So I would like to point you towards a book called A Whole New Mind by Daniel H. Pink, where he talks about the new skills you need to make sense in this economy, the coming economy, and this economy included, is the 6 skills which are very particular to human beings, like design, harmony, play, and all the fun stuff that you get to do in Montessori schools, which I was deprived of. So like you're gonna see like a lot of routine jobs almost eradicated. You'll see like machines take over all that stuff that humans find boring. More like the book Automate the Boring Stuff with Python. Like we're gonna automate all the boring stuff. So even though robots will take our jobs, like Federico Pistono says in his book, it's going to be mostly all right because we're going to create new jobs. It's just that the transition process is going to be a little painful, but I think we're going to handle it much better than how we handled it in the Industrial Revolution because people lost their jobs as well as their lives to when that happened. Further, I would suggest if you are somebody who's planning to survive the oncoming singularity, that you work on the things that make human beings very human. Like all the things which are like considered soft skills are going to be premium in the coming age, and you're going to see a lot of information and data is going to be converted into knowledge and wisdom by the AI. So you will need like a lot of these human beings to work with the AI and listen to the AI to come up with better results and better solutions for problems which we wouldn't have been able to solve before because of lack of relevant knowledge, basically. Right. And finally, this is like a bit of an out there kind of thing. Ray Kurzweil, in his book Singularity is Near, that I mentioned before, he speaks about how the rate of technology is increasing in such a fast pace that by 2030 we should be able to see the first cases of artificial general intelligence. Considering that in the year 2020 we saw the first advent of near general intelligence with GPT-3, people are thinking that the next one, GPT-4, would far surpass the performance that was reflected and shown by GPT-3. And apparently, there's a rumor that Ray Kurzweil, after he found out about GPT-3, revoked his second book, Singularity is Nearer, to like re-edit the parts about artificial general intelligence after hearing about GPT-3. So, if it is true that like if Kurzweil's predictions are accurate, then we should be able to see like the green technologies, that is genetics, robotics, information technology such as better AI and nanotechnology. All these four technologies have the potential to create radical abundance, and we're going to see a lot of things become dirt cheap. Like whatever like we consider the basic human needs, they're going to be like abundant. All the prognosticators about the resources being scarce would be would probably shut up because we would have like too much to like even know what to do with it. We might like invest a lot in space, and we might even invest a lot in geoengineering to like terraform the earth to like take it back to normalcy levels with the environment. So a lot of things are gonna like hit us in this decade. That's what I feel based on the books that I have read. I still have to go through the data because I'm like probably too smooth brain to like understand all the math stuff. But hey, I'm getting there. That's what this channel is all about. It's about making hard stuff easy for me so that I can like understand and share it with you guys. Kurzweil predicts that by 2045 we will hit singularity. That's according to him. He may be biased because that man is turning older and he expects that the sooner we approach singularity, the more likely we are to live longer. And Kurzweil believes that life extension, like the first person to get like to be immortal, to live like beyond 100 or 500 years, has already been born. So it's very interesting that in the previous century there was an Iranian, I don't know, like whatever, Iranian philosopher called FM 2030. Like he has an Iranian name like Faruqdin something, but he abbreviates it to FM 2030. So 2030 is like his expectation that he's going to live till 2030. And unfortunately, he died in 1995 or 1990, somewhere in the 90s. So there's a group of people who are trying to resurrect him. They have preserved his body. So it's like very weird. I mean, You can look it up. There's a documentary on him. You can find it somewhere on YouTube. I don't know if it's released yet, but I did recall seeing a trailer. So you're gonna have all these weird stuff coming in, and I hope people are prepared for it, because it's gonna be a hell of a weird time explaining to people that, hey, you can all be immortal now. So maybe chill out. Right. In that way, I hope we have covered all the points that I claimed that I'll cover in the starting of the video. We have these 25, 20. So maybe, in the coming few videos, like, you're going to see good editing. I hope so. Right. So, bye.